Welcome to today's deep dive into one of the hottest controversies in the AI world. In recent weeks, Elon Musk's xAI has been making bold claims about its flagship model, Grok 3, declaring it the smartest AI in the world. But as debates rage online, a critical question emerges. Did Musk, and by extension xAI, mislead the public about Grok 3's true performance? Let's start by unpacking the claim. xAI's official blog post showcased a chart of Grok 3's performance on AMI 2025, a benchmark comprised of challenging math problems designed to test a model's reasoning capabilities. According to the chart, Grok 3 appeared to outperform OpenAI's o3 mini-high model. However, several experts and even OpenAI employees quickly noted one glaring omission. The chart left out the consensus at 64 metric for o3 mini-high. AME, or the American Invitational Mathematics Examination, is no ordinary test. It's an elite competition that pushes both human students and AI models to their logical limits. In the world of AI benchmarking, performance isn't just about a single run. Enter the consensus at 64 method, a scoring technique where a model is allowed 64 attempts at solving a problem, and the most frequently generated answer is chosen as the final output. For example, according to OpenAI's own o3 mini system card, the o3 mini high variant achieves an impressive 87.3% accuracy on AIME when using the cons at 64 method, but here's where things get tricky. xAI's chart did not include o3 mini high's cons at 64 score. Instead, it compared Grok 3's reasoning results, which are reported on the first attempt at 1, with OpenAI's boosted numbers. xAI proudly claims that Grok 3's reasoning capabilities, specifically its Grok 3 Reasoning Beta and Grok 3 Mini Reasoning variants, outperform rival models. Yet a more granular look reveals a different story. Detailed analyses indicate that while Grok 3's variants might seem to edge ahead when viewed through a selective lens, their at-1 scores, the raw first attempt results, are notably lower. In controlled tests, OpenAI's o3 mini-high boosted by cons at 64 shows an accuracy of 87.3% on AIME. Meanwhile, Grok 3 Reasoning Beta's first attempt score has been reported to fall in the 50 to 60% range. Even more striking, Grok 3 Reasoning Beta reportedly trails behind OpenAI's older o1 model, which on its first attempt, scores around 65%. This discrepancy raises a critical question. Is xAI's presentation of Grok 3's performance simply a case of selective data reporting? Musk and his team have been quick to highlight another impressive aspect of Grok 3, its big brain mode. According to xAI, Grok 3 was trained using 10 times more computing power than its predecessor, Grok 2, harnessing a massive supercomputer cluster with roughly 200,000 GPUs. This sheer compute power is meant to drive advanced reasoning capabilities. Modes like Think display the model's step-by-step problem-solving, while Big Brain is designed for even more complex queries. But advanced reasoning doesn't always translate directly into higher benchmark scores, especially if you're not comparing apples to apples. While Grok 3's reasoning modes may produce impressive, detailed explanations, if those explanations come at the cost of lower accuracy on the very first attempt, can we truly claim it is superior? Critics argue that by omitting the cons at 64 boost in the comparison, xAI creates a misleading narrative that exaggerates Grok 3's prowess. The controversy deepened when an OpenAI employee publicly challenged xAI's benchmark presentation. They pointed out that by not including o3 mini-high's cons at 64 scores, the chart suggested Grok 3 outperforms its rivals, even though under equivalent conditions, OpenAI's models actually score higher. AI researcher Nathan Lambert has emphasized that performance metrics, when taken out of context, can be deceptive. He noted, the computational and monetary cost it took for each model to achieve its highest score is often hidden. Without transparency on these costs, the numbers alone don't tell the full story. In other words, a model might achieve a high score by leveraging enormous amounts of compute, and that cost isn't always factored into public comparisons. By selectively showcasing results that favor Grok 3, xAI may be capitalizing on a marketing tactic that makes its model seem revolutionary. But if independent tests reveal that on standard, unboosted first attempt measures, Grok 3 underperforms compared to OpenAI's established models, then the claim of world's smartest AI becomes far more dubious. Let's break down the numbers in a hypothetical scenario that mirrors what many critics have described. OpenAI's O3 mini high achieves an accuracy of 87.3% on AI-Me using cons at 64. This means that when given 64 attempts per problem, the model's aggregated score is very high. Grok 3 Reasoning Beta, when evaluated on its first attempt at 1, the score is reported in the range of 52 to 60%. OpenAI's O1 model, on a raw unboosted basis, scores around 65% on the same tasks. If we compare these figures directly, without the advantage of multiple attempts, it becomes clear that Grok 3's apparent superiority is largely a product of selective benchmarking. While xAI's marketing emphasizes the advanced thinking features of Grok 3, the raw performance numbers suggest that its reasoning ability might not be as groundbreaking as claimed. This isn't just a debate about one model versus another. It reflects a broader challenge in the AI industry. As competition intensifies between titans like OpenAI, Google, DeepSeek, and now xAI, the methods used to evaluate these models become crucial. When benchmarks can be manipulated by adjusting parameters like the number of attempts or by selectively highlighting certain metrics, it becomes increasingly difficult for consumers and investors alike to gauge true performance. The controversy also underscores a fundamental tension between marketing hype and technical reality. On one hand, bold claims and impressive-sounding numbers capture headlines and drive investor interest. On the other hand, if those claims aren't backed by transparent standardized testing methods, they risk eroding trust in the technology. For a field as fast evolving and as impactful as artificial intelligence, transparency is essential. So, did Elon Musk lie? The answer isn't as simple as yes or no. It appears that xAI's presentation of Grok 3's benchmark results was at best, selectively optimistic. By omitting the metric for OpenAI's model, xAI created a comparison that favored its own product. Whether this constitutes outright lying or simply aggressive marketing is a matter of interpretation. The controversy invites us to ask deeper questions about how we judge the progress of AI. Should benchmarks account for the cost and compute resources required to achieve a given score? How can we ensure that comparisons between different models are fair and apples to apples? And importantly, how do we balance the excitement of rapid technological advancement with the need for honest, transparent reporting? Many experts are now calling for the development of standardized benchmark protocols that require companies to disclose not just raw performance scores, but also the computational cost and other contextual factors. This would allow a more nuanced understanding of what superiority really means in the AI space. As models become more commoditized and the differences between them narrow, such transparency will be critical to foster innovation and ensure that claims are backed by verifiable data. In the case of Grok 3, while its big brain mode and enhanced reasoning capabilities sound impressive, the selective presentation of benchmark data casts serious doubt on the claim that it is unequivocally superior to competitors like OpenAI's O3 mini high. Critics argue that by comparing first attempt scores to boosted scores, xAI has essentially moved the goalposts in its favor. The debate over Grok 3's benchmarks is more than just technical minutiae. It's a reflection of the intense competition and rapid innovation within the AI industry. Elon Musk's bold proclamations, whether seen as overhyped or strategically selective, have certainly stirred the pot. What remains clear is that as AI models become increasingly capable and complex, the need for rigorous, transparent evaluation methods becomes ever more urgent. So, did Elon Musk lie about Grok 3's superiority? While it might be too harsh to say he intentionally deceived the public, the evidence suggests that the claims were presented in a way that glossed over key performance details. The omission of critical metrics like cons at 64 has led to a skewed perception of Grok 3's true capabilities. Ultimately, this controversy serves as a wake-up call for the AI community. As we continue to push the boundaries of what machines can do, we must also ensure that our methods for measuring and reporting their performance are beyond reproach. Only then can we have a clear, honest picture of where the technology truly stands, and where it's headed. Thank you for joining this investigation into one of the most debated topics in modern AI. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor new developments, benchmark updates, and further revelations in the ongoing AI arms race.